What I want to talk about is spiritual practices. And I'm not going to go into which one is better. They're all good. And, everybody has their unique journey. But what I want to do is kind of break down some of the elements, no matter what modality you're doing, what you should be doing to kind of guide you through so you have a great outcome. When you're looking at these spiritual practices, the first thing you need to be is open to the possibility it might be different. I guarantee you, spirit will show up to you differently every single time because that is what you need. You are constantly changing. You're not a static person or a static being. You are constantly changing. You are actually a whole new being every 7 years right now. Physiologically, your body completely changes over. Mentally, you change. You are not the same person. You're not the same person that you were when you were a baby. And neither were you when you're 7. Gosh, you definitely weren't when you're 14. Heaven forbid when you're 42. Yeah, you change constantly. And you're dynamic. And so therefore, spirit will always be showing up differently to you for who you really are at that moment in time. So that's the first thing. Be open. Don't compare to other people's journeys. Don't compare to some of your journeys, because that was history. This is your future. You don't even, that doesn't exist yet. Right now is who you are. So be in that moment when you're having that. So if you're meditating, be in that moment. If you're going through a sound bath, be in that moment and appreciate for what it is. Listen. Take the time to notice, okay? So the next thing is, no matter what practice you're doing, before you go into it, set an intention. Take some time and go, what is it that I prefer? Not that I want, prefer, okay? What is it that I want to discover about myself? Ask questions. Definitely ask questions. Okay, don't wish for things because then you don't have them. But ask questions with that. Then, like I said, go into that experience being open to what can be experienced. What is going to be revealed to you in that time. And I've had some amazing ones. I'll tell you a couple in a minute. Okay. The next thing is, once it's complete, take some time, reflect, journal. Okay, write it down or record it somehow. Do a video. I don't care. Okay. I struggled with journaling for a while, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay. And then take time to integrate. So check back into those experiences, because I think I spoke, and I know I'm going to post it, or I will post it. Doesn't matter. I'll leave a link eventually. I'm not doing this marketing crap on this channel. But I think this is important for you to have, is that, messages, whether they're coming from your body, some kind of clairvoyance, claircognizance, whatever, or people coming into your life and affirming, messages are multidimensional. Okay. The truth of them continue to evolve as your experiences evolve. So what you may have one day as you come in will realize it's actually more and more and more. And that's what I was talking about there. Okay. So some of the experiences here. So probably the biggest one that people always ask me about is medicine. Okay. Not drugs. And there's a distinct difference between the two. Okay. Matter of fact, I didn't touch anything until, oh my goodness, 45. Nothing. I didn't touch anything. No, I couldn't actually. I was a pilot. But with that, I was struggling during the pandemic with weight gain, and nothing I did. I'd be working out. I'd try to cut back on eating. I really hit a roadblock. And so I went to hypnotherapy, and then it was suggested in the latest trends in science that I should try magic mushrooms. I'm so grateful that I had the people around me that I did, because it made a perfect experience. If I had just taken mushrooms, especially now that I know what I know, I would not have gotten anything out of it other than I would have been out of my head. I would have seen things kind of funny. I would have received a lot of messages, and that was it. And I would not have been in the container to actually fully internalize what was being given to me. But with this, and this is the important thing, drugs you just take. Okay, you don't think about them. They're not mindful. You don't put a connection with them. Medicine, okay, whether it's chemical, electric, spiritual, whatever, it has an intention. We just talked about that a second ago, right? We have an intention. And so we spent time really discussing what it is that I wanted to learn. Okay. And then, of course, I took the medicine. And that person stayed with me to keep me on track with my intentions. Okay. That was important, to stay on track. So that's why you have people come with you on these. It's why you have spiritual healers and facilitators and shaman. Not because I can do it myself, because there's somebody can hold you through that process so you can fully immerse into it and not get distracted. Okay. And I had an amazing experience. It totally changed my life. And it gave me incredible message. And basically it told me that I was beautiful and precious and special. And the things I'm telling you right now, because I didn't see those until I went through that. And everything just opened. Okay. And that alone would have been good enough. But I wrote it down. I sat back in with my therapist and went through it again and again and again. And I found it gave me more meaning and more thoughts and more clarity, and started this spiritual awakening that I have gone through. It was amazing. And I have done mushrooms once without. It wasn't a bad trip, but it was so chaotic because there was nobody holding the container. I didn't go in with an intention. And that was my biggest learning point, to treat anything that you're going to do like this with respect, whether it's chemical, it's electric, okay, it's spiritual, it's meditation. Treat it with respect, because it is, frankly, medicine. I do the same thing now with some of the energy work that I do, that before I go in to meditation, before I go into an energetic container, I set an intention. Maybe I say a little prayer along with that. And it's always with somebody, unless I'm facilitating, where, it's what I will be open to what is given to me today. That's the first thing I say. It's like, I will be open to whatever comes to me, because every time is different. The next thing is, what will you show me? These are the things I would like to explore. Thank you so much for making this available to me. And boom, off we go to whatever that's going to be. Sometimes I'll write it down. With some of the shaman I've worked with, we write it down, we burn it, we do all sorts of crazy things with it. But that's just to be mindful to the container or the environment that you are going into. Okay? So, yeah, I really hope this helps you in, how to be mindful and how to really get in here so you get what you want. If you want to know more about different types of medicine, leave a comment down below. And if I'm called to do it, and if I get enough interest, I'll write about it, or I'll actually talk about it. It's one of the leading things a lot of my friends and clients actually ask me about. And then right now I'm not being called to talk so fully deep into it, but if there's enough interest, it's going to tell me that I need to dive deeper for you. All right. Have a great day. Guys, take care. You're special.